End mills. There are dozens of them, and at first, they all look almost the same. So how do you tell which one to reach for? This is Virmer. In this video, I'll walk you through the main ways end mills are sorted, so the next time you're on a supplier's site, you'll know exactly what you're looking at. Make sure you're subscribed, and let's get into it. Start with the material. Before anything else, the material. What you're cutting decides everything that follows, so it's always the first question to ask. Wood, plywood, soft metals, or plastics? Most supplier sites are built around exactly that. They sort bits straight into material categories, so you pick what you're working with and the list already shrinks dramatically. Everything else in this video, shape, number of flutes, cutting direction, size, is how you narrow it down from there. Let's go through them in that order. Geometry. With the material settled, the next thing you'll notice is the shape, because geometry changes everything. Broadly, there are 4 families. End mills themselves, square, ball nose or corner radius, with flutes that can be spiral, straight or roughing style. Tapered ball end mills, flat or ball-shaped and great for 3D work. Profile bits. Every shape you can imagine and a few you can't, including the V-bit you've probably already met. These are for forming profiles and edges. Engraving tools, for finishing and, of course, engraving. Some have a non-cutting tip, sometimes hollow, so you can plunge in from the side. Number of flutes. Next, the number of cutting edges, or flutes. A bit can carry anywhere from 1 to 9, and each count has its job. For most work, you'll be choosing between single flute, 2 flute, and 3 flute. A single flute has just 1 tooth. That leaves plenty of room for chips to clear, so they don't weld themselves to the tool and the material stays cool. It's a solid all-rounder for polymers and plastics of any hardness: acrylic, ABS, PVC, foam, as well as wood, wood composites, and metals. A 2 flute removes less material per pass, so it's typically a roughing tool. Most often used on wood, but it handles plastics too. Taking it to metal? Check that it has a protective coating. A 3 flute is what you'll see in larger production shops. High-speed work on tougher materials, like laminate, and roughing stainless steel parts. More edges, plus a shallow cut relative to the diameter, means a higher cutting speed. Cutting direction. Then there's the direction the chips travel. The same shape often comes in different versions here. An upcut bit pulls the chips up and out of the cut. Use it when the material is firmly clamped to the table. The chips clear the cutting zone instead of packing around the tool, so there's far less heat buildup. A downcut bit does the opposite. It presses chips down. That's handy when you're cutting a stack of thin sheets in one pass, because the lower sheets get pressed and held in place as you go. Convenient, and it saves time. Get the settings right though, and it's the sharpest, cleanest tool of the 3. Sizing the bit. Last piece, size. Once you know the type, 2 diameters matter: the cutting part and the shank. Size the cutting diameter to the load you're putting on it. One common rule of thumb is total milling depth divided by 3. The shank diameter has to match your collet. Check what your machine uses, then either pick bits to match or swap the collet. As for cutting length, aim for 2 to 5 millimeters longer than your total milling depth. If nothing fits exactly, go slightly longer rather than shorter. So that's the full picture. Start with the material, then narrow down by shape, flute count, cutting direction, and size. Pick the right combination and the job runs smoothly. Pick the wrong one and you risk the workpiece, the bit, or even the machine. If you'd like to see any of these running, we keep a demo area set up, and we can show you online as well. Our engineers cover all of Europe, speak several languages, and are there for service whenever you need them. This is Virmer. Leave a like if this cleared things up. Drop your questions below and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you!